do not marry a stingy person. Love is about sharing, is about giving, is about generosity. Stinginess is a red flag because it just doesn't work. You marry the person who, their hands are closed, they're not going to give you anything, they're not going to bless you, they're just going to hoard and keep stuff to themselves. It may not sound serious, but you go ask a woman whose husband is stingy, and see, people have left marriages for stinginess. So if you notice stinginess in the beginning, it's a big red flag. And this one thing too that I'll say, especially with women, don't come into a relationship with too much masculine energy, which means you come in, you're paying the bills, you're carrying the heavy load, you're fixing the generator, you're doing all these things. Don't do that. Even for the best of guys, he's going to lean back because, wow, if somebody's going to do all this hard work for you and she seems happy doing it, I'm going to lean back. And after a while, I'm going to look at it as your responsibility. Because I see women come in, they come with a lot of masculine energy because they've been on their own a lot. I mean, they've been single for a while. So they're used to buying their own fuel and fixing the generator. They're used to calling the plumber and the carpenter. They're used to carrying the load and everything. So, but when you have a man, your mentality must change. It has to change because, you're the guy, you carry the heavy load. And if you don't, then because after a while, you're going to complain. I see a lot of women complain that, he's not paying, he's not picking up his end of the financial responsibilities. He's not paying the bills. He's not doing anything, but then the house is functioning. So you have a partnership in which one person is not doing anything, but the house is perfect. It's functioning. It means somebody is doing her own and somebody else's work. And as long as you do that and the house is functioning, it's going to stay that way. I mean, first of all, if I stop, then the house will, we'll have forest in the house. But how can I put it? There has to be disruption. If things are going well, the only way change can come, there has got to be disruption. So, and if you are afraid of the disruption, then there will be no change. So, it's like how the kids go to school. Let the kids sit at home for 2 weeks, 1 month. He will get up and go and get a job and pay their fees. But if you're going to keep the kids in school constantly and he's not going to do anything, you don't want to marry a person that's rough. Love is gentle. Love is gentle. And these days, before I thought maybe only men were rough, but women too can be rough. Just rough. Emotionally rough, physically rough, mentally rough. It's not a good thing in marriage. It's a lot of abrasiveness. And marriage is supposed to be sweet and nice and soft and gentle. So you might not realize that just a rough attitude, a rough perspective, a rough reality in a person can actually be a problem, but it can be a problem because when you guys are emotionally like the love is going hot, you will overlook a lot of things. But when it comes into for the rest of your life kind of thing, and this person is rough, is just abrasive, most of the time, you're going to find it difficult to continue to live with that person because of that attitude. Red flags are so important because if you catch the red flags and you respond appropriately to the red flags, it guarantees that your marriage will be okay. That your marriage will be sweet. And there's a huge difference between marriages that are working, where, the guy is learning, you two, you're learning, you're getting along, offenses are handled quickly as if there was nothing. How different it is from a marriage where you're fighting, disagreements here, disagreements there, no communication, lots of silent treatment, lots of abuse, lots of outsiders having their say in the house. It could just be horrible. But guess what? You're in it because you didn't catch the red flags. You didn't respond to the red flags. So this teaching, very important. If you meet a person that's unemotional and they put like that, they can't display emotion. They're cold. Most times there's been abuse or trauma in early childhood, and they got to a point where they don't have love to give. They just don't have it. It's like wanting a nice hot cup of chocolate drink from an empty cup. So you pick up the cup and your mind, I'm gonna have this nice warm chocolate drink. I like chocolate drink, maybe that's why. And I'm trying to drink it, but the cup is empty. No matter what you do to that cup cannot give you what you want. So when you meet a person that is unemotional, cannot love you the way you need to be loved, that's a big problem. Big problem. They need therapy. They need all sorts of things. And I would advise that you stop till it's resolved. And if it doesn't get resolved, then just remain friends. Friends on them, and that's it. Because you've got to be able to love and be warm and just make your partner, feel loved. Just really feel treasured and loved. It's important. I mean, why be in a marriage where when your spouse cannot make you feel loved or treasured, or just you can't feel the love? You need if I'm doing the love, you will feel it. But then you got people who they're not going to do it, and they're just cold. So that is a red flag. Also, red flag is if a person is a mommy's boy, or even daddy's boy, or daddy's girl, or mommy's. It's a problem because, and I'll tell you why. Your marriage is supposed to be you and your husband together doing everything on your own. I mean, of course you get help, but it's your home. That's the input is yours. Now, a mommy's person, boy or girl, they're so connected to family that they give the family a say, an inroad into the workings of the family. They give the extended family, because their parents say in their family. So at the end of the day, what's happened is that your spouse does not have the say that they should have on things in the family, because there are parents involved. And that's because one person is a mommy's boy or mommy's girl or something. So it's a big thing that you want to look into initially. This person loves their parents, and that's fine. But can they operate independently of their parents? Are they tied at the waist to their parents, where the marriage will be me, spouse, and parents in the marriage? Now that's a problem, because then you're going to see in-laws trying to run your home the way they think it should be run, and that's not okay. This is your home, and they have their home, and when they come to your home, they're visitors, and you treat them nice, of course you do, but then it is your home. So it may not look like a big thing, but you got to find out to what degree. If it's the man, the whole idea is, can he defend you? Can he protect you? Because most times a mommy's boy will leave you open to mommy's attack or to daddy's attack. So when mommy attacks, you're just exposed, and mommy can just come and trash things up, and he stands in the corner, doesn't see anything, or he even supports her. Now that's not okay. Or if it's a daddy's girl, in your home, daddy has a say. It's like he's the one that pulls that calls the shots. This is what you can do, this is what you can do, this is what you can buy, what you can't buy, and everything is daddy running it. And this is supposed to be your home. I mean, you're a man, and as a man, your home is your home. It's not okay for another man to be running your home. At some point in time, it's not going to be okay. So don't even allow it to start. So that's a red flag. Is jealousy always a red flag, or can it be a sign that someone cares deeply? Now, jealousy. I mean, a person being possessive, like, well, I don't want you going here. Like, a little jealousy is okay. But jealousy that gets to a degree where they're stalking you, they're coming to your office to see who you're talking to, or you go somewhere, then they show up there even though they're not supposed to be there. That level of jealousy is not okay. That's abuse in itself. So jealousy is okay. I mean, like if you love someone, you don't want to share them. I mean, that's normal. If you love somebody, you want to share them. But if you're doing a lot to enforce you're not sharing them, then there's something there. Okay. At the same time, don't start doing things that's not acceptable to your partner to the point where he now looks jealous, but actually you're the one that's just violating every rule everywhere. So keep that in mind as well. Is it a red flag if your partner doesn't talk about the future early in the relationship? No, the issue here is that the issue is what is early. If you've been with a guy 9 months and anytime he talks, you're not in the plan, then it's not good. But if you've been with a guy 2 weeks, 1 month, and you're not in the plan, it's okay. So you've got to say, well, how long have you been with this person? If you've done 3-4 months, it should start looking like you should be in the plan. But if you've done 1 year and you're not in the plan, that is a red flag. You don't want that. Do financial red flags mean more than emotional ones in the long run? Well, a red flag is a red flag because at the end of the day, it's going to cause pain and disruption in the marriage. So it could be financial, where the person is not transparent with their money, or they want to control all the money in the house. It will cause pain, disruption. If it's emotional, where they're just doing things to you that's causing you pain, to cause pain and disruption. So a red flag is a red flag. None is worse than the other. There should just be no red flags. Or even if there are red flags, there should be red flags that can be dealt with. It's not a run. It's like caution, proceed with care kind of thing.